The most important thing is that we allow ourselves to breathe fully and deeply and completely in this process. Okay? Keep your awareness and your attention in the feeling place that is connected to the breath. The breath will be your guide. It's going to lead you into the release of these energetic patterns. So when we stop breathing, we stop feeling, right? And so that's our way of kind of stopping at the door of the sensation, where I want you to allow yourself to drop into it. Just breathe into it. And notice what happens immediately to that weight or to that burden, that holding. Notice how it starts to dissipate and soften with each exhalation. So just 5 deep breaths. Just let that happen. And remember to give just a slight bit of attention to your breath in every moment, beyond the meditation, beyond the doing or the daily activities. We have that 20% of our consciousness devoted to our breath, to our awareness, to our being. And the rest can be given to the external circumstances, the people, places, and things. But we allow ourselves to feel that. And we feel the intersection and the relationship to our nervous system. Is there a contraction in our field which is going to create congestion? Or is there an expansion in our field which is going to allow more of the fluidity, that flow state? Our nervous system will 100% of the time give us an accurate feedback loop of our state of being. If we're in a contracted state, that's considered stress, right? If we're in an expanded state, that's considered more relaxed, more awareness, more calm, right? So feel your nervous system right now. Just feel where you're at. Wherever you are is 100% okay. If there's a contraction in the nervous system, that contracted state will be related to your conscious state, right? Contracted in our awareness, contracted in our capacity to choose and to think. So consider how you can bring more calm and more relaxation into the nervous system while you're breathing into these places that feel like they're holding. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Does that feel good? Mm-hmm. Very good. Okay, so one of the things that I like to do, because you do know how we begin our meditations. After we focus on the breath, we initiate our pillar of light, our body of light, and our family of light. Okay, so pillar of light, body of light, family of light. So the pillar of light is the main central pathway that I want you to focus on. And before we even get to the pillar of light, body of light, family of light, I want you to consider how we can start to release and cleanse the body of these holding patterns, of all of this buildup, of all of this waste, and start to recycle it, right? And just like, and this is a really funny analogy, so you're welcome to laugh if you want, but just like your toilet, we need to flush your toilet because it's been filled up, right? So I want you to just do a mental flush and literally feel it start to drain down your central pathway into the earth. Just kind of pull like an energetic chain or whatever kind of like old school flushing toilet, you know, even if it's one of those hydro-powered ones or whatever. But give your body a mental flush, which means every day we have to release the buildup that happens in our mental field because it just goes unprocessed. It just sits there and it kind of accumulates and it becomes stagnant. And we know what happens if we don't flush the toilet for a couple days. So we don't want that to happen from our mental state, right? And then I want you to do the same thing as I want you to feel like you have this little emotional toilet that you can flush in the center of your heart and to let all of those emotions just flush and drain out of the central pathway. Let it seep back into the ground to be recycled, composted, and renewed. It will happen for you. This is the fertilizer for the new growth. What is fertilizer? It's all that crap, right? It's such an amazing symbolic process of our gardening or our growing. So the new seeds can have the fertilizer, so that energy can actually bloom into something more beautiful. Okay, we have to flush our body. Do you see how there has been this accumulation, and can you feel the energetic like spiraling and swirling down once we consciously choose to flush some of that mental and emotional energy?
Yeah.
It's so powerful. It's so easy. I was like, oh, we need to flush the body often. And that's what we do with our cleansing programs, is we're just flushing. But we're doing our energetic cleanse, and we're energetically flushing out these places where it's holding. We might have to flush on the psychic plane, right? We might have to flush from the body of light because all of the psychic energy has built up in our field. That means other people influencing us, other political systems influencing us, other community and like social, societal systems influencing us and infiltrating on the psychic realm. Can you feel that? How like we have lots of things that are influencing our field. So we flush that from the psychic plane as well. And then both the pillar of light and the body of light can be clear and clean and ready to be activated. Could you feel how they were like kind of thick or stagnant? And now there's just room for the energy to flow. So I want you to feel that pillar now even brighter, even more vibrant, even wider, like a thicker like glass tube that runs along the central pathway of the spine and going up past the crown of the head to the silver cord of light and rooting down, sinking down. Put a gigantic magnet on the end of your grounding cord so that it can really sink down and plug into the crystalline core. Like gigantic. And it just boom, just the pull and the magnetic attraction is so strong you just instantly plug in. So that goes through your root system, that goes through your earth network and that earth family of light, as well as connecting up to the heavens and your galactic and your cosmic family of light. And like a tree, you want that to be in balance. Your roots and your branches are even and balanced. Okay, and we're going to talk about the crystalline core in a little bit more detail, but let's remember to seal in our body of light, that bubble of energy around us, cleaning and clearing that out with this vibrant golden white light showering all around us and shining into our field. So our toroidal force field is our own sacred space where we can filter out all those frequencies. We're sealing it in with an electric blue trim, a vibrant purple finish. And that will automatically protect us, ground us, bring us into presence, deeper sense of awareness of self in relationship to self. And that all connects to the heart space and starts to spin, and that spiral dynamics is activating the Merkaba field. Really good. And just feel the difference already. You didn't have to lose a pound of weight on the physical plane to feel the lightness in your being, right? This is how it's all connected. And we have to do the physical, the mental, the emotional, the psycho-spiritual work on all planes for the body to release. The bodies, these bodies, they're like, layers of the little Russian dolls that are stacked. And one cannot function well without the other. It can function, but that doesn't mean it functions well. So we really take the time to seal in our body of light, activate the pillar of light, and we call upon the family of light. So that's all of our angels, our guides, our ascended masters, all light beings that are here to serve our divine plan, connection to the higher self and the creator of all that is. And boom, we have this satellite dish, interdimensional cones of light and chambers of light automatically shoot out into the heavens. And we're connected to all that is. This huge entourage that is celebrating us and supporting us and guiding us and loving us. And it's all there for us. And then we do the same thing where we connect to the earth family of light, where we call upon all of our angels, guides, and the supporters that are here to love us in physical form on the earth. So we remember that we have a whole ancestral lineage of light beings that are working in unison here to connect the crystalline grid and the consciousness around the planet. And we go into the crystalline core from this place. We go into that place that is reserved for us, that has the purity and the pristine essence of who we are, completely reserved and ready for us to be revitalized. So we connect to that place all the way down. So dropping the magnet to the crystalline core, you can shoot down your tube of light lightning speed, so fast and plug in. And when you connect to the crystalline core, I want you to just feel from that original star seed all of the consciousness codes that are ready for you to come back into alignment and into manifestation that you are incarnating at this time to bring forth. So the star seeds are like your divine purpose, your plan, what you're actually here for in this time, space, reality, in the now. So we bring our full allowance of presence to receive those star seeds, to receive your soul seeds that will interface with the soul matrix of the heart. And this, of course, connects up into your star system, your star family, and the higher self. But let's really, before going back up, let's really harness those new seeds. It's kind of like a recalibration. You know, we replant our garden every spring. Okay? And just let that fill you. It feels typically to me like an electric blue liquid light that is electrifying, just completely alive and enlivening. It's almost like swimming through like a thicker water, like a more oily water. It's really quite smooth and beautiful, and it can fill up from the bottom of the feet all the way up through the legs, all the way up through the hips, all the way up through the torso, all the way through the arms, all the way out to the fingertips, and then all the way up through the neck, collarbones, crown of the head, and just let it start to reverberate and revitalize every cell of your body. Every cell has a core star seed in it. Trillions and trillions of cells that are activated with its own individualized holographic star seed. And from this place we allow whatever's been holding, whatever pattern that's there, it immediately gets the recharge. It's like plugging your cell phone in. You immediately get recharged. You immediately get your batteries filled up, so you feel like you're in alignment with your divine purpose. So your power and your passion and your plan are returned to you, fully revitalized and alive. We don't have to do anything else to remember who we are and why we're here. So breathe into that space, breathe into those energies, allow them to fill up to wholeness, the infinite nature of your being. So anything that's been stagnant or blocked or holding, it's getting supercharged. It's getting kind of like wrung out and just kind of like getting a burst of energy. That spark is being returned to you. And let that feel good, and feel the places where it's been holding. Feel it in your heart, feel it in your gut, feel it in your throat, feel it in your head. We're going to start to clear those broken links, those parts of the selves that have been horizontally courting and forgetting the vertical alignment. I want you to consider yourself like a guitar string, right? The guitar string hasn't been plugged in at both ends, and so it's been kind of loose and wobbly, so it hasn't been able to hold its tune. So we're tuning you and returning you to that vibratory state of connection to your wholeness, to your oneness, to your infinite nature. So from this powerful place, you can feel not only that plugging in, but the returning. So the guitar string through the pillar of light is shooting that energy all the way up through the physical body and then all the way up into the heavens, and then you're plugged in to your highest self. And your highest self is tightening that guitar string to the perfect vibratory tone for you to live out that divine plan, that divine purpose. And you feel like the universe can like strum you or play you, and you're giving off the perfect harmonic, the perfect vibratory state that is your heart song, that is your authentic vibration, your authentic song. And just feel the difference of being plugged in at both ends, and how like erect and vibrant and alive the spine feels. Feel how that vibratory state in that resonance, that alignment and resonance that's pulsing through you, how that brings more life, and that life force, that vibrant state is being returned to you in its highest and best version. So from this place, we feel completely filled up. We feel completely open and alive and aligned. And this is how the body functions optimally. This is how the body can repair itself and return itself by tuning itself to its optimal health. Right? So let the vibrations carry that tune, carry that song through every cell. So your body is humming and singing. Right? That's the harmonics. That's the harmonic coding of the Golden Divine. That's who you are. And then from there, everything else comes into alignment with that vibratory state. Your thoughts, your feelings, your emotions, your actions, your inspiration, your ideas are all catching and entraining with this tune. Right? And then supercharge the body, superdose the body with this vibratory state in areas that have been blocked or stagnant, like the throat, like the neck, like the head. Just let it kind of like zing and start to resonate and hum until it feels like the energy breaks up. Because some parts are going to need a little bit more energy than others. And so give yourself that extra time, that extra dose of the capacity to breathe into and shine a light on the parts that have been stagnant or stuck. And let that feel good as you continue to absorb and align and open and release any and all old patterns that are no longer serving. We sent them back down into the crystalline core of the earth. Let it be renewed and recycled and returned to you in the highest vibratory state. Now you have a very clear image of how that happens, and feel the energy reverberating back up your grounding cord or your guitar string, and let it kind of zing and start to spiral and dance around the cells. And then filling up the physical body, we also send that energy up through the crown of the head and all the way up through the heavens to the highest planes of existence, and let that connect to your higher self. And we start that infinity loop all the way up to the higher self, and the higher self amplifies and returns all the divination tools back to you through your heart space and back down into the earth. And we keep sending that energy up into the heavens and back down through the heart and into the center of the earth. And then again, breathe the energy back up into the heart. Exhale all the way up into the heavens. Breathe the energy back down into your heart. Exhale back down into the center of the earth. And start pulsing and impulsing the body, supercharging the body, amplifying the field with every infinity loop, right? Inhaling back up into the heart. Exhaling up into the heavens. Beautiful. Inhaling back down to the heart. Exhaling back down into the earth. And then just continue amplifying and pulsing and increasing the energy field through your breath, through the intentionality, through the connection, through this plugging in, this anchoring in. And notice how heaven and earth are just like seeds and sunlight depend on one another. Heaven and earth are mixing and mingling in your heart space. And from this, new fruitions are coming, new ideas, new inspirations, new growth. So we need heaven and earth to be working together in perfect harmony, bringing the energies up from the earth and bringing the energies down. So the nourishment from the rain and the sunlight are actually feeding the soil. So it takes the seeds and the fermentation of the soil combined perfectly with the radiant cosmic energy from the sun and from the heavens for that new blossom to happen. And that's what's happening through us with every breath, with every moment that we have this very concentrated, deliberate, powerful focus in our body, in our energy field, into our systems. So just take 5 more deep breaths. I want you to practice your infinity loop until it runs automatically. Can you let it go past the edges of your toes to the very crystalline core, center of the earth? And then can you let it pass through the heart all the way up to the very center of the cosmos, of the universe, of the multiverse, of the center of the highest self, of the planes, the universal love, the divination, and then back down again to the heart, and then back down again through the feet. And so you can run an infinity loop from the crown of the head through the heart down to the feet, back up through the heart to the crown of the head, and then like a superimposition of a bigger infinity loop connecting you from the center of your heart to the center of the earth and to the center of the galaxy and to the center of the universe and to the center of your highest self. And practice that. Spend 5 more minutes just breathing and practicing that until it feels like it's clear, it's clean, it's fluid, it's natural.